Alright, Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rikar Kadesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is a very quick hit. This is a man named Maurice Samuel, author of You Gentiles. Okay, let's see what there's a few more pictures of him there. So let's see what he said. He said here, and he said, "We Jews, we are destroyers and will remain the destroyers. Nothing you can do will meet our demands and needs. We will forever destroy because we want a world of our own." Okay? We want a world of our own. So, they are destroyers, yeah? Let's see if we can go to the Biblios. Let's go to the Biblios and see. Let's go to the Biblios and see. Right. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. This is Jeremiah. Let's get Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah. Let's see. Break pieces. Breaking pieces. Let's see what we start from the top. Oh Lord, rise up. This is Jeremiah 51. The point is in 25. Jeremiah 51 and 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, behold, I'll rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind." All right, so we talk about a destroying man is going to get a destroying wind on him. The destroying, they didn't hear him. Maurice Samuel said they're the destroying people, but the Lord said, "He that whatever a man soweth, that shall he reap." So it's destroying wind. When it talks about Babylon, that's America, yeah, modern day Babylon, against that dwell in the midst, yeah, destroying wind. That's going to be the nuclear war, yeah. Because what happens when a nuclear bomb explodes? There's a wind, yeah. And it says, "I will send unto Babylon fanners, and they shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." These are all the nations, yeah. We can see them coming against America at the moment, yeah, because she's the big troublemaker. "Against him that bendeth him, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow." That's the arrow, the broken arrow, is what you call a stolen nuclear missile or a lost nuclear missile, yeah. "And against him that lifted himself up in his brigading, in his pride, and spare ye not her young men, destroy." This is the point. "Destroy ye utterly her hosts," yeah, her army. "Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans." That's America. They're the modern day Chaldeans. That goes back to witchcraft. They got hollow weird, what goes back to Hollywood, what goes back to hollow wood, what you make the wands and cast spells with. Yeah, Chaldeans, they were known for their witchcraft. "And they that are thrust through in her streets." Race wars and all that's going to come on the American soil. And it says, for Israel have not been forsaken. The Israelites are the blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. "We have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God. The Lord of hosts," as Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the one they call God of Christ, "though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel." Yes, because when we broke the laws, we became sinners. "Flee out in the midst of Babylon," mentally, because we ain't got the capacity. We ain't got private jets and dreamliners. Yeah. So mentally, God's saying, "Flee out in the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul by converting, repenting, and coming back to God. Be not cut off in her iniquity. Be not cut off in America's sins, because they got a place in America called Sin City. Yeah, I think that's Las Vegas. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, because the Lord said, "Vengeance is mine." Yeah, and he's beginning to show his revenge, because Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, he said, "You begin to visit the world which he made." Yeah, earthquakes, famines, food crisis, tornadoes. This is how the Lord's visiting earth in his vengeance. He will render unto her her recompense. That's her payback. Why? Because they put the blacks, Hispanics in slavery. That's how America was built, or the so-called Caucasian society was built off of free labor, 400 to 500 years, blood, sweat, and tears. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Yeah, because what do they say? The streets is paved with gold. Yeah, when you're in these other so-called third world countries to get to America and Europe, they said the streets is paved with gold, and made all earths drunken. What is that? With their philosophies. Yeah, they're the ones who dictate what your life system, or your life consistent, what your life consists of. Yeah, from education to what you watch to how you dress, your preferences. Yeah, they've made a lot of people drunk with what they're telling you, outside of the laws of God. The nations have drunken of a wine. Yeah, the wine is wine. If you drink a lot of wine, you get drunk. So they're drunk off of the philosophies. Therefore, the nations are mad. Now the nations are mad because they took on democracy. Yeah, when you look at that word democracy, it comes from two words, demo and crassy. It's a Latin word. Demo means demon, and crazy means rule. In other words, the rule of the demon, or the demon rule, because that's what it is. Is this society is set up on satanic rulership? Babylon has suddenly fallen, and this Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. This is future prophecy. Babylon is America. Is falling economically. It never had morals, but as you can see, it's falling. The droughts and everything is falling. Yeah, their commerce is falling. Howl for her. Yeah, that's another word for someone in destitute, in being destitute. When you howl, take balm for her. Balm was something what you put ointment on when you're cut, or you got a sore. You used to put balm on it to heal it for her pain. If so, she may have been healed. If she would have kept the laws and done what God said, she would have been healed, but she wasn't set up for that. He would have healed Babylon, saying the Lord would have had healed Babylon, but she is not healed because she wasn't set up to be healed. She was set up for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be enslaved there. Forsake her, let us go, everyone into his own country. We're seeing that now, people leaving America and Europe, going back to their own countries. For the judgment reacheth up to heaven. This is where this is saying that the wickedness is gone so much, got so much traction that the Lord now is stepping in. Yeah, in other words, like I said, 2nd Ezra 9:2, beginning to visit the earth. Yeah, and lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, because what do they got? Their space stations. When you go up in the realm of that blackness up there, that's where the Most High dwells, it says. So they've gone into the realm of the one they call God. The Lord have brought forth our righteousness to come. Yeah, for the Israelites. That's why we're waking up now. And let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord God. As you can see, the Israelites are very prominent in the news, on the streets, bringing out the gospel, the good news. It says, make bright their arrows. This is the nuclear weapons. There's Russia making bright. There's Sarmat, Satan 2, and China, the Dongfeng 25. Yeah, or the Dongfeng 16. Gather the shields. That means everybody's putting more money into their military. Yeah, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up a spirit of the kings of the Medes, as the Russians. For his device is against Babylon, and America is bumping heads with Russia at the moment. Yeah, the Medes are Russians, and the Medes are the ancient Medes, and the modern day Medes are the Russians, and the modern day Babylonians are the Americans. So he has a device against Babylon to destroy it. Yeah, and Russia's already pointing weapons at Europe. Yeah, at Britain recently, saying they got one missile can destroy Britain because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of His temple, the vengeance of the Lord. Yeah, and His temple is Zion, the Israelites. We are His temple. Yeah, He's promised His one beloved people, His only beloved people, set up a standard on the walls of Babylon, because for walls, when you got walls, that is a protection. So the Lord is going to bring down them walls. That's why He's setting up a standard of Babylon to make the watch strong. Yeah, upon the watchman, prepare the ambushes. See, the Lord is going to come. It tells you like a thief in the night. Yeah. For the Lord hath devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. This was written years ago, over 2,000 years ago. He wrote about all this, that America would become, the little horn would be coming out of Britain to rule the whole world. So he said, setting up a standard. O thou that dwellest upon the many waters, the waters is an analogy for people. Yeah. And it says abundance in treasures. How did they get all their money? From stole it, the treasures. Thine end is come. We're coming to the end of an eon, an age, not the end of the world. Well, we're coming to the end of the white man, the so-called white man's world, the Edomites' world, yeah. And the measure of thy countenance, the Lord of hosts, have sworn by himself, because it tells you that should I not say and should I not do? The Lord is a man of his word, yeah, saying, surely I will fill thee with men and with caterpillars. Caterpillars, if you see what they do to plants or leaves, they eat them up. So the Lord's saying he's going to eat them up in theoretically, but other words, destroy them. They shall lift up and shout against thee. Yeah, this is because they're going to be mourning. He have made the earth by his power, like it tells you, who have stretched out the curtain of the earth and of the stars, yeah, of the sea, the Most High. He have established the world by his wisdom, and have stretched out the heavens by his understanding. He gave the one they called Jesus Christ the plans to create everything, and the Lord created all the angels, and they helped him create the earth. And it says, when he utter his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens. That's like when he makes it rain, yeah. And he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. You get mist, you get snow, yeah. He maketh lightnings and rain, as he's saying here. He bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. He controls all the elements. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. The main graven image you got is Cesare Borgia. We got the cross. We got the cobblestone. Yeah. We got all different idols. They got Shiva. They got all different idols. Their graven image. For his molten image is falsehood. Yep. Every like we watching a video with a dog barking at the false image of Christ. There is no breath in them because they're inanimate objects. They're not the true living power. They are vanity, the work of errors. Vain, that means with no substance. Yeah. And it says that in time of their visitation they shall perish, because the Lord has said he's going to burn everyone, all of these idols. Yeah, and the Lord is going to say he's going to visit the earth which he made. The portion of Jacob is not like them. Yeah, because that's the elect. Yeah. For he is the former of all things. The Lord is the former of all things. That's why if you look at everything was made on the earth, who is it made by? The Lord's people. Yeah, he puts the spirit on his people to create everything. The mobile phone, Nikola Tesla made electricity, is one of ours. We got all sorts of inventions. All we got to do is put in black inventors, and you see that everything, I'm going to say majority, the vast majority of things was made by the Israelites, except the dildo and the blant doll. That was made by the Caucasian. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics are the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord of armies, because he's known as that in Exodus 15:3, that he's a man of war. And it says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. Talk about the Israelites. We're going to be his battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations. And it says, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. What's this about? The destroyer. What did it say about the so-called Amalekites? Maurice, the Edomite, what he said, we are destroyers. And with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariots and his rider. Yeah, these are the armies. This is what the Lord is going to give us the power to break in pieces all these nations. Yeah, with thee will I also break in pieces the woman, the man, the woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old, young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. So we're not going to have no, what's the word I'm looking for? No mercy. If you're wicked, whether you're young, old, you're a woman, or you're a young maid, a young lady, there's not going to be no mercy because the Lord is not like us. Yeah? And I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and all the inhabitants of Chaldean all the evil they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord, what they've done to the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Indians. And here's the point. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain. This is the so-called Edomites. Maurice, whatever his goddamn name is, said we are destroyers, and we're always going to be destroyers because we want the earth for our own. Destroying mountain, and thus saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. Because what's happening? We've got birds beaching themselves. Birds falling out the sky. We've got whales beaching themselves. The water's polluted. The air's polluted. They're destroyed. And what did he say? Woe to them that destroyeth the earth. They will be destroyed. And it said, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee. That's what he's doing now, as we can see. We've got all kind of diseases, all kind of earthquakes, all kind of floods, all kind of fires, all kind of droughts. And I will roll thee down from the rocks. So he's talking to a specific people here who lives in the rocks. Edom, that dwelleth in the mountain, or the take of the high of the rocks. It's talking about a specific people, the Edomites. I will make thee a burnt mountain, and what's he going to use? He's going to use the nuclear weapons. And I shall not take of thee a stone, nor for a corner, nor a stone for a foundation, but thou shalt be desolate forever. This is what the Lord said, saith the Lord. Yeah. So the purpose is the destroying mountain. Okay, the Lord is not playing with these so-called Edomites. Yeah, he says that we Jews are the destroyers and will remain the destroyers. Nothing you can do will meet our demands. Talk about the people of the world and needs, but mainly the Israelites. We will forever destroy because we want the world for our own. Okay? And that's an Edomite man called, let's get him. Device is playing up now because it's talking about the wicked. Anyway, let me just trying to see if I can get this thing to come up. Not Putin, but he's an Edomite as well. But let's try and see if we can get that cracker back up. Picture of Maurice Samuel, the Edomite. There he is. Maurice the Edomite. Let's get the images. There he is. Yeah, Maurice Samuel, the author of You Gentiles. Right? So they saying they want the earth and they're going to be destroyers because they want it for their own. Right? But the earth was made for our sakes, thus saith the Lord. For the Israelites, the real Israelites. Okay, some say Kwam Yasharallah. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rikakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, and say Kwam Yasharallah, and Wa Abababo, destruction to Babylon. Soon getting out of here. White and white crime now. Yeah, it's not white and black crime. Russia against the Ukraine, extending to Russia, Europe, and America. They're going to fight each other. Shalom.